This is Dave.
And Nancy.
We are back for some more Fallout 4. Pretty much the consensus has been that we're going to take on the Eastern quests, and we're going to have Piper as our companion. So that means we're going to have to take dog meat and kind of ditch him back. I think there's something I want to do with that. And we've got a nice new gun that is going to need some upgrades before it can really be usable. So let's go ahead and get out of this factory, which I don't remember all that well.
I don't even remember you being here.
I think that's because last time the unfortunate death of one of our drinking glasses kind of distracted us.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, I was mostly doing this stuff while, we were trying to help clean up the mess, and you were taking most of the load on that. So now, where was that exit?
Wasn't it up this? Oh yeah, this is the Corvega plant still, right?
Nope, this is the plant where Travis and Yadim Yadim was being held. Oh, and there's somebody in here.
Someone.
How did I miss you?
That's just not. That's just wrong. And you know, we got to do something about that.
Ooh, nice. His head just kind of popped off.
You're not gonna take his bottle cap.
I think I got his bottle caps. Did I not get his bottle? Yeah, I got his bottle caps. Well, I'm glad we,
Trying to make sure that you. Well, I mean, you know, it would really be kind of almost cruel of you to, do the whole.
Ooh, some yummy cam dog food.
Ah, okay.
Oh, so we've had only one commentator. So now I've been talking to myself for a bit.
I'm sorry about that. I thought I had it plugged in. And I was like, why am I not getting any feedback why am I not getting any sound?
Got it.
Like, I see gunfire and somebody with like a pool cue or whatever, and I'm not hearing them. So it took me a minute to figure out what the hell.
Get him, dog meat. You know what? I'm glad we're trading you in for a woman, dog meat. Well, that sounded all kinds of wrong.
Yeah, just a bit. Just a bit.
Let's take a look at this here terminal.
I'm gonna blame the cats for my lack of attention to detail on this because, yeah, I can get away with that today.
Data corrupted. Data corrupted. And okay, there we go. They're marking push of Bunker Hill brew to lower income markets.
That brings up an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
How good was the economy before the bombs fell?
That is a good question.
When they're sitting here and saying we're going to market it down to lower economic brackets.
Since they spend so much of their disposable income on beer.
Yeah, apparently people buy a decent amount of whiskey. But for whatever reason, these Philistines did not believe in procuring rum. I'm just saying, rum is one of the 5 gods.
Mm-hmm. Ah!
I don't know the...
Down we go.
I don't know the 4 others. But I know rum is one of the 5 gods. And, look it up. I'm sure it's somewhere. If it's not, I'm just rolling with it.
I don't know if it's one of the 4 horsemen, though.
No. I said it was the 4 gods, or the 5 gods, not one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Grognak the Barbarian. That is awesome.
Can I just make an observation?
By all means.
Either that's Grognak lying on the harp,
mm-hmm.
or that woman has only one breast and has recently had a mastectomy.
Times are tough.
Because there is no second breast.
Okay.
Somebody can go back and look and pause it, and I'm sure you'll find it to be correct.
Yeah.
One of those things.
So, okay, we're going to run back to Sanctuary real quick.
Woo!
Because if we're going to switch out dog meat for Piper, we're going to have to take care of our buddy.
Couldn't you just send him?
I could, but there's a problem that comes with that. And we've dealt with this before. It's just a matter of having to do a little bit of cleanup around the place.
Well, and you need to have a proper dog house.
And that's it. So dog meat will actually, if you send him back to Sanctuary, he will find one of the dog houses. And he will... Oh, hey, Carla. Carla occasionally comes by and sells us crap.
Trash can Carla. It's just such an appropriate name once you sit there and get used to it. Ooh, I see a dog...
a dog bowl. Yeah.
Bowl.
So... It's nice to actually have a merchant here in Sanctuary. We'll go ahead and store the dog bowl. You can actually store items in the workshop so you don't have to recreate them. And then if you make multiple versions of it, it'll pick up one and then move it back.
Oh man, honey, if you had only gotten met that guy who you can get a dog from with that 10 charisma and low intelligence.
Yeah.
You probably would have gotten another dog. You probably would have gotten dog meet a girlfriend.
Or something.
Or something. I'm just saying.
But yeah, so the problem is that if there's multiple dog houses in Sanctuary, dog meat will come back to a random dog house.
And then you have to try to find him.
Which,
if you want to trade out your current partner for dog meat.
So we're going to, do a little bit of cleanup now so that we don't have to hunt for dog meat in the future. Aha!
Like, that dog house must go.
Yes, well, we'll go ahead and... Okay, there's a couple fresh graves back here. Never really noticed that detail before. So
what's really interesting is who buried them.
Dog meat. He's very neat about that.
He's a very fastidious animal, isn't he?
You can actually clear out just these entire ruined houses, so...
Which is nice, because... Can I give a little bit of spoiler for the downloadable content?
Oh, yeah, some of the things you can build?
Yeah, you can actually build traps to capture wild creatures. So, say you build a... a rad scorpion trap or a deathclaw trap. You can catch a deathclaw or rad scorpion and actually make it friendly to your settlement.
Yeah.
And if you do that, I mean, you can sit there. I still don't think we know what the situation is why you can't have multiple of them living together in harmony, because there's certain ones that for whatever reason will always start attacking any other creature around them, and essentially that creature has to be put down if you're trying to keep a still.
Nope, chemistry station right behind the drug dealer's house. How did they not catch that? It's like, this guy was not the most stealthy
drug dealer ever.
Okay, I think that is pretty much it for all of the random dog houses scattered around Sanctuary.
Yes, and then there's a further aspect of this that you can actually put on fight performances of wild creatures that you have made friendly to see essentially cage matches between, say, a Deathclaw and a Yao Guai, or a
rad scorpion.
And I know on a different playthrough, you ended up having at one of the locations a friendly albino Deathclaw just hanging around and neutralizing anything that came. So it's
you need a lot of space for those things, though.
Well, that's why it could work on one of the houses that are no longer there, on the slabs that are closer together.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the doghouse counts as. Not. Is it a decoration? Nah, don't. Maybe a miscellaneous.
I would guess a miscellaneous.
Well, a cat bowl. Okay, there we go. So because I've got one saved, I don't have to use any materials to build it. So we'll just go ahead and put a doghouse right here out in front of our house.
That way, when you send him home, he has a home to go to. That's not random.
Yep. So when we send dog meat home, because he can find his way home, he'll just end up right here. And where's his dog bowl at? You can rebuild Sean's crib.
I don't know why you would want to. I mean...
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a bad person or not a sentimentalist like that. And I guess most women are perceived as being rather sentimental. Yeah.
Okay, we could give him a cat bowl, but... Huh. For whatever reason, dog food bowls are not it. Okay.
Maybe it's under the Nuka... Oh, no, that wouldn't be it.
Oh, it's okay. It's not like he eats from a bowl anyway. He just eats whatever he finds laying around. Okay, so...
You know, he's actually an amazing dog. You would think that a dog that survived everything that he has apparently survived would have something like mange.
Yeah. Instead, he's healthy.
Instead, he has all of his hair and is healthy and all of that, and it's actually quite impressive. I mean...
Yeah, so let's see. We're going to go ahead and modify our combat rifle.
Are you going to change its name, and if so, what to?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think the best I can do right now is a hardened receiver, because I don't have rank 2 in gun nut.
Is that what you're aiming for next?
I don't know, but a hardened receiver will still give us a better damage. Go with a... Let's see, a little bit of a trade-off here. I think maybe a short light barrel would be good. I'd like a ported barrel, but...
No, you're not going to get that right now. You don't have it because you need to have rank... What is it, 2 or 3?
Yeah. So that decreases the... Actually, it doesn't decrease the range. The long barrel really increases the range.
But it has poor hip fire accuracy.
Yeah, well... A little bit of a trade-off here. Actually, I think I usually end up with going for the long ported barrel. We'll see. I'll go with the long barrel. If we don't like it, we can always change it.
Fascinating.
I can only do a short stock right now because you need a lot to get a better one. Can't really do an
extended magazine yet.
But I can do a reflex sight dot, which I think is probably my favorite thing to put on this one.
Well, yeah. So that still leaves the name of the question of what are you going to name it?
Yeah, I think there weren't too many suggestions for this one, so we'll go ahead and let me pull up what the suggestions were actually. But this is the most we can do for it right now. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at how it looks. Alright. Tactical hardened combat rifle. Oh yeah, I don't like the long barrel. We'll go with a short barrel.
Yep.
I think I usually go with a short ported barrel.
I think you do as well, but, then again.
I couldn't remember offhand. Short light, there we go. Alright, that's much better. I kind of tend to use this as a shorter range weapon. So let's see. I think the recommended names were, let's see, McGurk or Nancy's Boy.
Well, which one are you going with? I'm still not sure what the answer was as far as the whole Nancy's Boy thing.
Ooh, actually, wait, I like it. Serpentine. Serpentine Babu. I think we have a winner.
Oh boy. It's like Meowschwitz in there.
Yeah, that's why we had to build a doghouse for dog meat.
Does that make it like Bow Wowschwitz?
Yeah, the pun doesn't actually
That
work as well.
doesn't really work as well with a dog, but maybe you can get a cat.
There we go. I don't know if you can name cats that you get in here, but if so,
Serpentine.
wow, second choice.
Well, once you got to Serp.
Yep. Okay, so that's Serpentine, and let's take a look at our sniper rifle. Which, whoops, need to rename. And let's see what's the length that we can do is. I kind of like long distance relationship. Long Diane, yes.
There's it. Yeah, this
This will be a close one. Oh, there we go.
There it is, fourth.
Yep, long distance relationship it is.
Well, considering the fact that they have maximum capacity heavy pipe sniper rifle as a name,
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and scrap that thing.
I really don't get it. Who puts a freaking bayonet
On a sniper
on
rifle?
a sniper rifle?
If you need a bayonet for your sniper rifle, things have gone horribly awry.
There's no helping you at that point. I'm just going to say it.
Store all of our junk.
I mean, then again, that's kind of my philosophy with most things of that sort. That, it's like if you brought a knife to a gunfight, you're already fucked. And if you brought a bayonet to a sniper rifle contest,
Yeah.
Well, fuck it. And it's like if you need to flee, if you're like a ballistics, team, then running's not really gonna help.
True. So, okay.
You probably should have run a little while ago.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So we're going to go ahead and fast travel to the Diamond City Market.
Some of these weapons are just so. I'm just gonna come right out and say fucking insane.
Yeah. I think this is a radiation gun.
Yeah, like a radiation gun. We are going to concentrate radiation and just spew it in,
Your general direction. And what's really amazing is the fact that when they do that, if it doesn't hit you and say it hits a wall, that wall's not irradiated. Yeah.
Which is really, really weird, because radiation doesn't just dissipate like that.
So let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of buying.
Ooh, goody. And you say I'm the one who likes shopping.
Well, now that I've got this 45 rifle.
I can't wait until you can get a sniper rifle. It's 50 caliber.
Yeah, that's just...
that with the awesome sights that'll sit there and track movement of your prey.
Yeah.
Like, is that even a real thing outside of the game?
I don't know as such yet.
Maybe someday.
Yeah. But meanwhile, I think I'm going to sell all of these random weapons I'm carrying around, except for a few of them.
Like the snub-nosed 44 pistol.
Yeah.
Or the fragmentation grenades.
I'll leave myself a couple of those.
And Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, I'll leave myself a few of those. The Molotov cocktail, as fun as it is, can go.
How about the bottle cap mine?
Oh, yeah, those do a lot of damage.
Yeah, but the only time I've ever seen you use one of those was against a freaking death claw.
Yeah, but I figure right now they're worth it just because more options in case things get a bit hairy. Personal grooming is very important.
I'm not touching that.
See, that's why grooming is important.
You're not going to sell the mini nuke?
Of course not. I might need that later.
You don't even have anything that can use it.
Yes, but when I find something that can use it, I will need it very
So
badly.
what you want is a fat boy, but you can't find you don't have or have not found a fat boy yet, and so you're keeping a mini nuke for a rainy day. What is it, like freaking piece of jewelry? I'm wearing that for a special occasion.
Exactly.
See, I understand these things. It's because I'm a woman.
Yep.
It's like it's kind of like how some people, humorous things. So one of my high school classmates, who wasn't in my class year, but was like a couple years older, she posted this picture of like this huge pile of shit. Not literal shit, but shit that she had pulled out of the closet that her husband had been saying, no, we need to hold on to that because it might be useful or, whatever. And it's been, like, they've been married for like 12 years or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, coming from a farm town, you do have to specify when it's not a literal pile of shit that somebody posted a picture of.
I know. That's why I specified.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's go.
Will do.
Yeah, so
Oh, I'm sorry, dog meat.
Oh, sorry, boy. Time for you to head home.
Okay, we sent dog meat back home to Sanctuary Hills. We got our buddy Piper here. You can actually equip people with various items and stuff, but they need ammo, and it's just kind of a pain in the neck that way. So she'll just have to...
Loud, full of corrupt officials and
Okay.
but it's home.
But yeah, so she posted this pile of crap, not literal crap, like feces, but more along the lines of just a bunch of shit that had been in the closet, and her husband had been like, no, we need to keep that.
Mm-hmm.
We need to keep this, and she's like, something? We've had this for 10 years, and it's just filling this space. And there's something else I want to do with this space anyway, so I'm going to sit there and have it mysteriously disappear. I'm kind of curious how it looked after the mysterious disappearance, but, I...
There you go, buddy. I painted your wall.
Excuse me.
And yeah, you can only have one companion at a time.
The wall sure seems happy with it.
I think that's just typical
You think
Fallout,
that's enough paint to last you?
Could be enough for a good coat or two.
Yeah.
norm, is to only have one companion at a time.
Well, the last two. It used to be more in the older games.
With it, I wouldn't do.
Well, yeah, but that's because you didn't have anywhere to send them to.
Important to a lot of
True.
And I think it's like the last 3 games. Wasn't
Yeah.
it New Vegas that they actually gave you a location that you could call like a home base of sorts, where you could sit there and you could send your companions there to wait for you, or
I think
that if you sent them off, you had to go find them in the original place you met them, or something like that in New Vegas.
Yeah, pretty much.
Something like that. So, I mean, it was a lot more cumbersome, and now that you have this, send them off to Sanctuary or to the Tenenbaums, plantation, essentially. Send them there. It's a lot easier, and since why would you send them to any of the other farms?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we'll take our combat rifle, Serpentine,
Yes, Serpentine.
and we'll go ahead and favorite that one.
You're putting Serpentine in your handgun slot?
Yeah, it's kind of filling the same role where it's a short range weapon, and if things are longer range, I pull out the sniper
wait a
rifle.
minute. I thought that I was thinking you were doing that to long distance relationship. My bad. See, this is what happens when you start changing the names on me, and they're not what I'm used to.
Okay. I remember the first time I found a combat rifle in this game, and it was like...
It was like it was fucking Christmas.
Yeah, we chose...
I'll be honest. I'm glad you didn't call the combat shotgun Nancy's boy.
Yeah.
That
Would have been weird.
yeah, that would have been really weird.
Yeah, we went by entertainment value, so we just went by the ones we found most amusing.
I'm just waiting until we find something that I can't wait until you have a fat man.
Yeah.
Because, I think we're going to need a really good name for a fat man at some point. I don't know, maybe like something like Geraldo or Gerald.
Yeah.
Some kind of, like, the thing is I'm trying to think of a...
I'll get it next time I'm back here. The latest issue of Public Occurrences.
I was thinking that you have to sit there and get the, I don't know, honey, long distance relationship.
Yeah, that's what we call their sniper rifle.
Yeah. As for entertainment value, we've done that.
True. So we're mostly heading towards, I guess the combat zone is the nearest thing in the direction we're going.
Oh, goody.
So.
Place that's full of raiders. I'm not giving anything away with that because...
Yeah, they told us.
They told us first.
Hey, dog meat. He's actually on his way back to Sanctuary, so he's
very, very relaxed, It's actually quite impressive. How many times when he's with you does he get his ass handed to him? And you can say this about really any of your companions, where they sit there and end up either slumped or whimpering or what have you. And so, but yet they manage to make it home.
Yeah.
To Sanctuary every time you send them there.
Well, I think it's because at this point now he's not trying to fight. He's just trying to make his way there.
Yeah.
That Trinity Tower radio signal that we were going to investigate. That might be the second thing we do.
Ah.
Oh, there's a raider somewhere over here. We'll let him go. They leave us alone.
Is it combat?
It's a combat rifle.
Rifle. Yeah, see. For whatever reason, I kept thinking it was a combat shotgun. I don't know why.
This spot.
I hope that you at some point just find some of the random weird things.
Yeah. And I think I just shot that ghoul in the dick. Only the coolest journalists.
Only the coolest journalists? I don't know. Maybe we should ask, some of the current day journalists. Do you go around shooting ghouls?
Ooh, the Boston Public Library.
Oh, goody. Now you can start collecting books.
Should I go in here?
Well, it's to the east. So technically it's on/in
in the way.
In the general direction. It's not something that we were going to do in the immediacy, but
but come on, who wouldn't want to go in the library?
Yeah, you can smell all the old books.
Or something. Ooh. So let's see.
Oh, come on, you know how I love books. Everybody knows that a way to a girl's heart is through books.
Yep.
I hope everybody knows that.
If not, so there's a kind of funny little thing I've stumbled across here. So we'll just kind of go ahead and sneak. Yes, kitty, if you want in my lap, get in my lap.
Oh, he's only doing that to psych you out.
So you might have seen that Piper just said she liked something. Yeah, see right there? That's a set of 3 grenades. But yeah, Piper liked me picking a lock. So we'll just wait a second here because there's something that's going to happen that I always find entertaining. And gunfire and the like.
Piper, come on. Put that gun down. Don't point it at me.
Well, she's got a nice little hand cannon going there.
Well, no, I'm not saying that that's the problem. The fact is that she's pointing it at you.
Mm-hmm. So let's see.
Okay, you're gonna wanna... There we go.
Okay.
Okay, they perceived you rather swiftly. Usually usually they don't. They just kind of trudge right on ahead.
Yeah, come on, guys.
As for in-game, not that I know of.
Yeah, there we go. So there was a Piper out of my line of fire.
We've talked about this.
Yeah, so so they have a tendency to basically just wander into that set of grenades sitting there. And that was a bit intense. 3 of them at once was a bit much.
Yeah, but at least it wasn't 6, and nobody was sneaking up on you
Yeah.
to catch you with your pants down.
Yeah, in the
so to
past,
speak.
I've actually managed to be hiding in the corner and had them just run right past me.
You know what I think it was? I think you were too far in the corner, because usually you're crouched down between the 2 desks.
Mm-hmm.
Like right around there. And so you're usually, hunkered down, and they sit there and they come in and they don't see you, but I think because you were so far back.
Yeah, we'll deal with that little mess right there in a minute.
Yeah, usually best not to
Since
have to
that's
deal with the rest of the rabble here and what's going on in the main room of the library.
Yeah.
So
So we're kind of sneaking around here from room to room. Except that Piper doesn't really get this whole sneaking thing.
Well, she tries. I mean, think about it. She's a city girl. Oof. What do you do when a 14-pound cat hops off of you?
Breathe a
Ugh.
sigh of relief.
You
So
just
is
sit there
that
and you say,
thing-
ugh.
That thing is dead. That's a dead super mutant hound.
Ach, the super mutant Hund.
Or wait, no, that's a dead super mutant.
Oh,
So where
Oh.
are his friends? No, that's the dog.
that's the... Huh. I'll be honest. I love the super mutant hats. Like, there's something so like... How do I explain it? It's very reminiscent of World War One.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, World War One, they sat there and they had those flat or near flat helmets, and so you sit there and you see, and they don't really do anything to stop concussion or concussives or anything like that. But you can totally appreciate them. Like it was mostly aesthetic. Like, aha, this is technically a helmet.
Whoa. Oops, snuck up on me somehow. How something that big sneaks up on you?
Well, actually, that's not even our largest cat. We also have a 15-pound cat. The 14-pound is a Maine Coon, and
He's still growing.
he's still growing. He's about 1.5 now, and the 15-pound cat is actually a bit obese, but we're working on him. We're gonna get him down to, I think, about 13 pounds. I think that'll happen.
Okay, so we got that guy.
So we're thinking that our Maine Coon's probably gonna get to be about 25.
Yeah.
Is what the vet said. So that 25, that sneaks quietly. Apparently it is not a cow. Sneak over to the railing.
Okay, you think see if we can get him from above?
Yes, rather than trying to go down.
Whoop. Never mind.
Never mind. Headshot.
I got a better shot on the right arm.
Boom. And you
Somehow I missed. Oh, that.
fucking Protractron.
Yep. Screwing me over even from beyond the grave. Get him, Piper!
But then again, I guess if a large cat can sneak appropriately, it must be
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use a little bit of cover here. Pop out.
But yeah, if a large cat can sneak quietly, I mean, a super mutant,
Should be able to.
I mean, if it has enough stealth, why not? I mean, I mean, granted, they're not exactly the swiftest, but that doesn't mean that, you know, you don't have to be swift to be stealthy, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Alright, we've cleared the place out.
Woohoo! Fusion cells, you can sell that shit.
Okay, so now we're into the good old looting stage. Alright, fusion cells. You can just see just how many bodies got piled up here, because I know I wasn't responsible for most of these.
What really is the question then was, what killed all of these? Ooh, pick up the Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
You can sell that shit.
Pretty much the Protectrons and the various automated...
The automated security.
Which, you know...
Automated security systems.
Yeah, that is one hardcore library when it takes out this many super mutants with the automatic security systems.
That sounds like the kind of library I need. I need a library like that that's going to sit there and take out anyone who sits there. I mean, this just reminds me of when I worked at a library.
Mm-hmm.
At a college campus.
It's a 45. Yep, it's a 45 caliber weapon.
Serpentine is a 45 caliber short combat rifle.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, first aid and ammo. So let's see. Now that we've gotten all this done and we've actually cleared this out, go ahead and throw a save in here.